This woman is washing herself with cold water in the wild, but unexpectedly, this scene is witnessed by a man behind her. Immediately after, he starts walking toward the woman while secretly unbuttoning his clothes. Sensing danger, the woman quickly and quietly picks up a stone to defend herself, but just as she turns around, the man suddenly lunges, not at her, but at a monstrous creature behind her 10 meters wide. Only then does the woman realize the man trying to save her. However, the tentacled monster's strength is astonishing. Even with the man throwing his entire body at it, it does no good. Instead, he ends up with a gash across his chest from the creature's tentacle. Seeing the dire situation, the woman quickly grabbed a dagger and rushed over, chopped off the tentacled monster's vital part with a single stroke. Only then the two narrowly escape with their lives. Afterwards, Dashan did a simple treatment, and this severed tentacle was turned into a whip. It turns out this is an alien planet called Sun, and the two of them are prisoners who have been exiled here. However, this planet is inhabited by a large number of alien monsters, and if you're not careful, you could lose your life at any moment and end up as food for these creatures. If they want to escape, they must quickly find the legendary safe island that is said to lead to the outside world. But in the next second, another group of prisoners suddenly found them and surrounded them. The bold leader even tried to make a move on Xiaomei. Seeing that the other side wouldn't back down easily, Dashan suddenly swung his whip and actually broke the weapons in their hands. Seeing this, the bald guy hesitated, not daring to act rashly. So the two of them managed to escape danger once again and continued on their way. But the bald guy and his group were hot on their heels. Just as the two were discussing how to shake them off, Dashan suddenly stopped Xiaomei in time. It turned out that not far ahead in a clearing, a tentacle was slowly emerging. Dashan hurriedly signaled Xiaomei to lie down and play dead, and told her not to make a sound no matter what. But the bald guy and his group weren't so lucky. By the time they realized what was happening, it was already too late. The tentacled monster's main body suddenly burst out from underground. It quickly unfurled itself and began sensing for any movement nearby. At that moment, one of the young men was so frightened that he turned and ran. But in the very next second, he was grabbed by the approaching tentacled monster and was immediately spun around and dragged into the ground. The woman who witnessed this terrifying scene was instantly petrified with fear. Dashan said that they had to leave immediately, or it would be too late if they waited any longer. However, before he could finish speaking, he was knocked out by a falling cross. When he woke up, he realized he had already been brought back to the base. It turned out that Dashan was once the chief engineer of planet Tai, but he was framed and exiled to the wilderness. Fortunately, he had previously implanted a virus into the planet's control system, and now only he could crack it. So, in order to force Dashan to cooperate, the soldiers actually used Xiaomei as a threat. Helpless, Dashan had no choice but to comply. But just then, the bald man who had originally been their enemy unexpectedly took out the soldiers. Before dying, he urged Dashan to make sure to return to Earth. Only then did the group manage to escape from the base by a stroke of luck. But as soon as they got out, they ran into even bigger trouble. The outside was actually an endless expanse of ocean.